Oh, hey everybody, welcome. This video is about me making the straps for the Tom's Tool Bag. And so, welcome. This is Leather Crafting Lifestyle, where I make leather goods every day. So, you can't make a leather good in a single day, but you can make progress to making them. So, in this video, I've already started measuring out these different straps, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting these out. I found that these scissors are working the best for me. I have some knives for cutting leather, but they're not as efficient right now for some reason as these scissors are, surprisingly. So these are craft tool scissors. They're probably just some mass produced and then branded with a certain name, but they're okay, pretty good. So in this video, I'm showing how the Tom's tool bag is made, and it's made with natural vegetable tan leather. This is high quality leather, and it allows me to create a very nice finished product. I have decided not to respond to the chat on this video, simply so I can just focus on working. Oh, I've already been working for quite some time today. I just wanted to make sure that I just wanted to make sure that, I had some work already figured out what I was going to do. It's not really good to film while you're thinking. Because this bag is made, I'm an artist. I'm not using pattern a pattern to make this bag. So normally, you would either make your own pattern or you would buy a pattern, and that's what you would make the bag from. But for this, I didn't start with a pattern. I just had an idea of what I wanted to do for this. There you go. Make it a little easier for you to see. So I just had an idea of what I wanted to do for this bag, and as I'm going along, I'm sort of, adjusting, and I'm working as I go. But these straps, I'm going to be doubling them up. This is a 3 to 4 ounce leather. So it's basically it's fairly thin. It has a good thickness to it. But whenever I add them together, it'll be 6 to 8 ounce leather. And so I'm going to be gluing these straps. So I'm going to glue two pieces together. And the strap is going to actually go underneath of the bag through some little tunnels that I'm going to make. They're going to be added onto the bottom of the bag, and it's going to basically just make it so the weight of the bag is being supported. Yeah, it'll look good. It'll look good as well. I kind of feel like these scissors are dull. Welcome back. Thank you. I won't be um I won't be talking too much today. Um, no offense. It's not to like to you or anything. It's just generalized. I'm gonna try to like get as much work done as possible. But I'm glad you're here. Welcome. So I will be talking though. I just won't be like really engaging the stream chat too much. You know. But if you're free to stay and come and go whatever you want. If you have a drink preference, like if you drink water, or coffee, or whatever, I'm drinking water myself. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is this one's a little thicker than the other. I guess so. No, it's just me. It's me. I'm a really social person, and I like to yeah, it's not you. I mean, yeah, maybe it's you, maybe it's me, maybe it's both, whatever. No offense. Okay. So, all right. One thing I gotta do is adjust my mic so that it can pick up these fine workshop noises. I since relocated my workshop to a different part of my home, and the environment has changed. I went from a 1,500 square foot garage to this 100 um, 110 foot square foot enclosed room. So it's quite a drop, but it's nicer. I also last year or I guess towards the fall, towards the winter, I had like these cucarachas running around the garage, and man, it was creepy. I'm trying to remember if I if I recorded yesterday. The days kind of blend together a little bit sometimes, and that's way off. I can't ask the chat. I burned that bridge. Like there's a grit to this. Was less where less all of the above. Did I record yesterday? Was I recording? Was I live streaming yesterday? Do you know, Fairy Dust? I honestly oh I said I think I burnt the bridge of talking to the chat, but I'm just kidding. Did I record yesterday? Live stream? The days of it's almost like a never ending story, a never ending day. I feel like I feel like I did record yesterday, but um I'm not certain. It's weird. Oh, okay, okay. What did I do yesterday? Oh, yesterday was Sunday. Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried to work, but I slept and just relaxed, you know, after I came back from church. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. Oh, oh, I'm glad. I'm not a demolitions man. I prefer to be a peacemaker. Even though I was in the Marine Corps. And I'm like cutting that thing. Cutting cutting too far over. Even nicer than the time I told you that you were mute. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Back to work. Ah, okay. All right. Stop. Um, okay, so these straps are gonna go up around the bottom of the bag. Excuse me. And then these D rings here. Yeah, I got you. Thank you. I agree. I agree. These solid D rings, solid brass D rings. They're 1 inch D rings. They're pretty nice. I like solid brass because it's not going to wear really weird, you know? Oh, that's what I should do. I feel like I'm making my work longer. Yeah, that's exactly why. Okay, so that's a D ring. They have cir they have circular rings. Okay, that sounds really stupid. D ring, circular. I mean, you can buy them, okay? Woo! Oh, laughter does good like a medicine. Okay, here we go. So I made these oversized, these straps. Um, it's because I cut them off of. Oh, he's doing good. Yeah, yeah, he's doing good. I cut these ends off of a big hide that I had. Here we go. All right, so this time I am I actually woke up before him yesterday. I woke up before him and I had already eaten breakfast. So whenever he asked me, um, yeah, I was focusing on work. But today I made breakfast for him and I. Good. I made eggs and brisket. Eggs and brisket. I realized something. I should have cut this a little oversized so that I could sand it. But we're just going to work with what we got here. Oh, it's okay. Wow, I really thought I went further than that. Okay, I have to keep going. It's like in the movie, whenever in a movie, Vegemite, vegetable oil leather. Oh yeah, so this leather here is called vegetable tanned leather. All right. Whenever you think of like an old adventurer or like an old leather from the 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, whatever whatever era through the ages, this is the leather that, you know, has existed. I mean, they came out with chrome tanned leather a long time ago. I actually don't know the exact date. I don't like chrome tanned leather as much. And so but vegetable tan leather, from my understanding, is they take some sort of tree, bark, or other natural material, like from vegetation, and then they make like a tea out of it, and then they remove an acid compound from the bark or the vegetation called tannin, and the tannin is where the name tanning comes from. So tanning leather. But I mean, they have other things they do. I've seen a video, a guy was making his own leather. You basically take lye and you put it on the fur, and it basically just eats the structure, I guess. And you take the top layer of that, like that hair or the fur off, and then you're left with this top grain. And so there are many leathers on the market, many manufacturers, they'll use subpar materials and they'll call it leather. But in reality, whenever you get skin, different kinds of hides or whatever, it comes really thick. So they'll usually shave layers off to get different thicknesses. Like this leather, for example, is a 3 to 4 ounce. It has the top layer of the hide intact, but this bottom side, the flesh side, this has been oh gosh, sorry. This has been thinned down by the factory, the tannery. And so this leather didn't come from the cow this thin. Like they had to cut it thinner. They basically just pulled layers off. So you still have a strong full grain leather, but the only difference is now it's thinner. You don't have as much of that flesh side. And those are just layers and layers of this fiber system that makes up the leather. So usually some, shady manufacturers, they'll say like special words, genuine leather, whatever. They'll say just different things for leather. But usually that stuff that they're making it from is the stuff that they shaved off from the hide. So instead of it being a full grain leather like this, having the top grain and then all of this other grain, it'll just be that stuff. And they'll like paint it, of course. I mean, I've heard this from people, and I've even played around with different kinds of leather a little bit here and there. I've seen how it, like even owning a belt that says genuine leather, like after, a few, I guess like a few weeks or a few months of wearing it, every now and then, it actually started to crack and to break. And the reason why is you don't have the full strength of the hide. You simply have the weakened, loose flesh side. And that side is really just held together by you know, the natural flesh. Yeah. But this is the full grain leather. And really what's really good about it is you can see the imperfections of how like the animal lived its life. You can see various marks they were on the skin, like if it got bit by a bug, or there's even vein marks. Might be a little hard to see, but there's like some different slight slight marks. And okay, there's different qualities of vegetable tan leather. This that I'm using is a D grade leather, which isn't it's not perfect. But I actually kind of prefer that a little bit. I hand pick out my, the leather that I'm going to the roll of leather that I'm going to get. And there's all sorts of different, imperfections, but they're graded if there's how many like holes or marks or whatever is on it. But whenever you get something like a D grade leather, it has like brand marks from where the cow was branded, and it just adds to the one of one nature of what I'm doing here. Like there's a guy that lives on the Isle of Man. I saw a documentary. He makes bags, and he likes to incorporate these disfigured pieces or these things that have, marks, or maybe it's like cut naturally. So he likes to do that because no one else is going to have that bag. Like you could make two of the same exact ones, but they might be from the same pattern. They might be the same color that you painted them. But the thing is, whenever you dye them with like, stain, leather stain or whatever, or you do anything, even if you make the same bag, it's not going to be the same bag. It's going to be two different bags. I mean, of course, they're two different bags, but they're going to have different properties because the leather has different ways, stretching. Like different cows are different sizes. They're not all the same. They're not exactly the same. Okay, so here's this first one. This is going to be the outside of it. Or, yeah, yeah. Let me get some water. I was going to say, you better make that man some breakfast if you're up before he is. Yeah, he's really nice. He usually tries to cook me food, so if I want something different, I'll have to make it. I mean, I'm not complaining here. Well, I guess I was. I shouldn't be, you know. I definitely shouldn't be. let's do this one next. Maybe there's a better way to cut with scissors. I've seen people with garment scissors. They cut flat, but I don't think I want to change my method right now. I used to do door-to-door sales. Like I would go door knock and set an appointment. And let me answer your question. I have wanted to. Um, I have too many big dreams bags that I'm going to be making. I'm going to make a collection to showcase my style. But I just, I really like this vegetable tan leather. Like it looks like nothing right now. It almost, it looks like it's like dry. It's super light. It has like no characteristic about it right now. But once you dye it, once you've conditioned it, there's a process called hot stuffing, and it's where you take the conditioner, you put it on the leather, and then you'll use a blow dryer or like a heat source, and you'll actually push the leather into or excuse me, the conditioner into the leather, and it really saturates it. It makes it darker and it makes it like more flexible. So I do that with every bag that I make. And so I guess to answer your question, um no. Yeah, I guess the short answer is no. I've wanted to do stuff, make myself like I am making myself a bag right now. But oh yeah, yeah, I did. I made a backpack and I sold it. Um I sold it for $7,800, but I made it out of two whole hides. And then I spent 200 hours making it. And once I made that bag though, and I gave it to the customer, I was like, man, I really want one of those. So I have made a briefcase before. I didn't used to know like how much my bags were worth, and so I would sell them for like a few $100s each. Now that sounds like a lot of money, like spending $500 on a bag. That is a lot of money. I mean to some it's not. But like whenever you think about how long it takes to make one bag, like you understand with crocheting, with crochet, acrylic yarn is usually what fits in my budget, but I have splurged a couple times and used wool. Alpaca. That's cool. I'm wearing wool, merino wool. It's good. Alpaca, that sounds awesome. You made a hat? That's really cool. I love wool. Like it's like 80 degrees out and I'm like it's still winter. I know it's still winter because you're inside the house and it gets cold. So like if I wear wool, then I'm fine. But sometimes if I'm not wearing my wool shirt or shirts or whatever, I'm wearing two of them right now. Sometimes if I'm not wearing my wool and I'll wear like a different, I'll feel cold to like the core. And so whew, that's the second one. Okay. I make tons of hats every winter and force people to take them under duress. Hey, I wouldn't mind. Someone forced me to take a hat. Hats are cool. People used to wear hats. Now they don't. Well, not as much. People do wear hats, so what am I saying? I haven't got out, I guess. It's going to be in the 80s this week. I like the colds. Oh, struggle. I thought you said snuggle. I read that wrong. That's funny. I was like, why would you snuggle at above 65 degrees Fahrenheit? That's hot. Too warm. Well, you struggle above 65. I'll probably not post this live. Just joking. I'll pick and choose which what content gets out there. This is the unfiltered version. All right. That's these. Are you LOLing? All right. So next, what we're going to do, stay professional. So I'm going to do this next strap, of course. You know what you should look into? Yeah, 20s. Okay, next, this one. kind of think about those people that live in the desert, like in Arabia. They wear the long sleeves. I mean, they wear them for the sun and the sand, because like I heard someone from there or whatever from some place that has sand. The sand like cuts your skin when it blows. I mean, it's like a sand blaster, you know? Here in America or wherever you're from as well, you probably don't have sand blasting unless you're in the desert. I would have to say probably one of the most annoying things is sand in the air when you're trying to see. Yeah, that's true. Have you tried blowing glass before? Fairy dust? I'm gonna have to take a scissor break after this other strap. I haven't either. I have not. I have not as well. I try to watch the videos, but the people on there, their personality is not the same as mine, and they're kind of like those people that mine for the gems or whatever in like the sides of the rock, and then they all cheer like really loud whenever they get the rock. They're like over the top. I guess they're just like excited to get rich or something. I don't know. Maybe if I was with them, I would probably act like them. We'll see if I ever do. Yeah, I think molten glass in the air would be bad. Okay, so next, that one went pretty quick. That's cool. Have you walked the trail before? The 2,500-mile long trail? I have a friend who moved to Kentucky. I don't know what part. I have not walked the trail. Okay, understandable. I've been to Tennessee. That was it was really nice. I went over to Bradley County. I guess that's where my family's from a long time ago. I think it's actually like named after us. Like seriously. Yeah, my dare trees and kudzu. My great grandpa, like 11 times back, he was the chaplain to King Charles of England. His name was Thomas Bradley, and he had a son. His name was Thomas Bradley. They went to they escaped actually. They took our castle. They took our jobs. They took our castle and we fled on ship to the United States of America before the Revolutionary War actually. That's cool. Is a kudzu like a deer? Kudzu. It's like a made-up animal. Are you trying to get me? Trying to make me think those things are real? Just joking. Okay. Woo! So next, um, I think what I'll do is I will line this up and cut it. This works really well. This thing's like a chisel. That's how I made my anvil stump. Kudzu is a vine. Oh, it grows exponentially and overtakes trees and all vegetation. The plant that killed the South. Okay. We should outlaw them, make them illegal. They should have like no kudzu zones. Like They should make it so, there shouldn't be kudzu in certain areas. I mean, that could prevent them. Um, okay, so this is one of them. Wow, thank you for sharing. That's terrifying, actually. Terrible. Have y'all like done legislature against the kudzus? Legislation, that's the word. You could try to like ban them. 1 second. The dog is interested in these noises. The plant to kill the south. Okay, that one's done. It was brought over by the government in the late 1800s to stop erosion and flooding. It spread so fast it became a large problem, the problem they wanted to fix. It's also extremely hard to kill. That's wild. Yeah. They should definitely outlaw it. We could lobby. I think they would overturn the request. We're here to petition the ban of vegetable. Okay. I'm trying to stay professional here on this stream. Just joking. Is this side done? Cool. Okay. There we go. Honestly, that sounded like an African wild gazelle, some sort of antelope type of animal. Kudzu. Okay. I like humor, you know. It's entertaining. Entertaining to me, entertaining to you. So, awesome. Oh wow. That's cool. Jaguars are native to the United States. I was watching a video explaining, well, this is what I heard, okay? I'm not like, I haven't done my research on it, and so this is not my belief system, it's someone else's. I'm just gonna, you know, but he was talking about how, and then he was using actual documents, not documents, like journal entries, talking about, are from like the 1700s, 1800s, how they were saying tigers, they were calling jaguars tigers, and they were saying that they were all around this region, you're in the United States. Yeah, but jaguars, yeah, they're spotted. They went down to the Amazon rainforest, Mexico. They got pushed down there by us, and that's what he was saying. But now, I mean, they're coming back up. There's reports of them, I guess, back up here. But a tiger is could be a spotted or a striped cat. The definition of back in the day. So it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of there's a lot of really interesting things. Like whenever I was in school, they taught us that there's Chinese maps of the United States that actually predate the United States, or sorry, Christopher Columbus. So they're upside down because they were traveling from, Mexico up. Um, excuse me. And there is like Chinese DNA and wait, let me actually look that up. I left my phone somewhere. I have a computer right here. What am I doing? Let me ask the internet. Is there Chinese DNA in Mexican people? Yes, there's Chinese and broader East Asian DNA in some Mexican people, primarily primarily stemming from historical immigration, particularly via the colonial era Manila galleon trade and later 19th century immigration. So, yeah, so I mean, I learned about Chinese maps of the United States before. So, before Christopher Colombo, Christopher Gumbo. Just gonna make sure that these are both the same length. I think I'll do like 2¼ inches. We'll try that. No, try it in half in between. That's 2½. Okay. Perfect. This is what I shall do. So, whenever you're putting gumbo in his trustworthy, trusty sidekick, Gumbalaya. Yeah, that's right. Sounds like an anime. Okay. So, whenever you're putting straps together, you got to make sure you don't stretch them. Otherwise, of course, they'll become longer. But the piece of leather that I pulled this from, the hide has different structure, like around the back. Sorry, I'm reading and I'm thinking at the same time. Around the back of the cow, it's where it has the most strength, and then there's like the flabby areas of the cow. It's more stretchy. So your illiteracy is acting. It's fine. Okay. So, oh yeah, before I do that, it's funny because whenever you said that, I messed up my what I was saying. I woke up early. I woke up 11 hours ago. Nice. It's good. Yeah, it's a good time. 4 a.m. What the heck? The old rat race. Oops. The only thing about working is if you don't do it and you don't have anything else set up, then you don't eat or sleep anywhere. But if you do work, you are working for the rest of your life. It's like breathing. Like you breathe once, you're gonna be breathing for the rest of your life. Oh, okay, it's not that bad. And I may bridge roll until I pull. What's your favorite coffee to get? I want to drink coffee all the time. I mean, not really. But whenever you drink coffee, it makes you want to drink more coffee. Why is it like that? Um, why can't coffee just be neutral? Work for gas, money, and go back to work so you can buy more gas. Are you a gas collector? Just kidding. Simple. Black coffee. Prefer really dark and strong, like Brazilian or Colombian. You should get a coffee farm in Brazil or Colombia. Things aren't that expensive out there in Brazil or down there, I guess. It's south. You just save up for it. See, the thing is, that the only reason why people are poor in our country is because of the banking system, the credit system, you know, fill in the blank. But just do what the grandparents did, great grandparents did, you know? Like, if we didn't use credit cards, we wouldn't buy stupid stuff. Then we wouldn't be paying. Like, I do not recommend buying Christmas presents on a credit card. I don't think you should buy anything on a credit card. I used to think like credit cards are awesome and like, oh, like I could definitely this and that about credit cards. But it's all a lie. And new cars. See, like, okay, something really, really that's just like I'm kind of passionate about is gold and silver, namely figuring out about the true wealth, like what we should be making or what we should be earning, what we should own, like how much money we should have. So if you look at the American Silver Eagle, so the American Silver Eagle is is a 1 ounce silver coin. If you're not familiar, I mean you might be. I'm just anyone else listening. Oh, that's not familiar. The American Silver Eagle. It's made by the United States Mint and it has the value $1 written on it. It's a coin, and a coin is different than a round. A round is a circular, flat piece of silver or gold or any other metal, and it's not backed by any government, so it doesn't have the right to be called a coin. Coins are minted by governments, and they're worth actual value. Okay? But the problem is that the American Silver Eagle says $1 on it. But if you look at the value of silver today, it was $95 for 1 ounce. Okay. It was $35, $25, $20, $17. Like it was $35 like 6 months ago. Okay. So there's definitely some stuff going on. But our dollar, it's yeah, that's a whole nother topic. I mean, we shouldn't even go into that. But I am interested in talking about silver and gold, of course. Um, but like the silver, or sorry, the gold eagle, the gold buffalo or whatever. I think it's the eagle for sure. I don't know about the buffalo. It says $20 on it. But if you look at an ounce of silver today, it was 5,400 last night at like 12 a.m. Because it's based off of the London gold, or I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a financial person. This is not financial advice, okay? Um, but it just makes you like, why? And the reason why is because the dollar is a debt-based currency. But I think though we could all, if we all just strive to get out of credit card debt, stop using credit cards, that's I think we could start like moving in the right direction. That's just my opinion. Okay, so I'm now, if you see it's lighter here, darker here is because there's glue. So, sovereign citizen. Oh my gosh. Ah! You want to make sure that these do not touch in the wrong places. So whenever you're laying these, look, I'm keeping them away with my legs. Okay, and then now I'm going to line them up. But were you familiar at all with how much silver and gold costs nowadays? Yeah. It's actually really like those have actually been the true mark of wealth. Oh, something really cool is there's the guy called the Rational Rancher on YouTube. He's been explaining the sheep to silver ratio historically from the Babylonian era. And it was like, I mean, he did horses, cows, and like other things. But historically, sheep to silver has been anywhere from 2 ounces for one sheep to 7 ounces for one sheep. Historically, throughout from like the Babylonian to like the 1800s. Now it's like 40 ounces for one sheep. So he was saying that the price is supposed to adjust. Well, he was saying that historically it doesn't add up. He wasn't saying anything about what it's going to do. Of course, I guess not a lot of people are familiar with the legality of offering financial advice, you know? Um, I'm just interested in it. That's all. I'm not telling you to do anything. Please don't misunderstand. Okay. So what I have here now is two straps together. So this is going to have to dry now for 24 hours. Excuse me. 48 hours. So to set this fully, what I need to do, I need to use my anvil right here. This is metal and I cover it with leather. And then I want to get my hammer time, and I want to lightly tap it. So you don't want to deform it, of course, because vegetable tan leather remembers. It remembers how you hurt it. So because it's glued together, I'm going to stitch it. Once I stitch it, it's going to give it a strength that's going to support the weight of the bag. And yeah, I'm going to see the limits. I'm excited. I want to make a bag and then just destroy it. Just to see what it's capable of holding, withstanding. Okay, that's one. So now this thing, oh, this has got to rest. One second. I finished the zipper. So I stitched it. If it looks ugly, I did that on purpose. Um, I wanted to make it look artistic, like the stitching. I don't think it looks ugly. I'm just it's not like machine perfect, you know. It's not like from a factory, but it's basically almost the exact same design on both sides. But yeah, it's really nice. I had to wax the zipper because it was super tight. But I went ahead and hot stuffed it, like I was telling you about with conditioning it, just putting the conditioner into the leather really well. So this is gonna sit on top of the bag. Next, here we go. I hope none of this music in the background's copyrighted. Copywritten. Probably is all copywritten. Probably gonna have to soundproof my door. Okay. Okay. This. Whoops. I'll put it there. Okay, that's good. I wanted to spice up my day, so I got the toxic glue with the limited airflow. I'm just kidding. I put my phone somewhere. I'm sort of happy that I'm not sure where it is because I'm not checking it, you know? But I now I'm wondering where it is. Oh man. You're like, it would be nice to not have a phone, like whenever you have too much phone time. But then you're like, the whole world revolves around the phone. I wish the world didn't function with the phone like the phone. I wish the phone wasn't such an integral part of life. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever feel like that? I mean, you're an 80s kid. I'm a 90s kid. So I grew up in other countries and didn't have, you know, oh my gosh, it's not that bad. So now I am laying the other strap pieces together. So again, making sure you do not stretch one. You're supposed to, the best way to do this is to make sure that they sit side by side with each other. You don't want them to close at a further distance. So what I'm finding is if I use 3 fingers, guide and push, pull with these fingers, I can connect them. I used to try to glue these straps by laying them down on the table, and I might try that way again in the future. But this way is actually seems to be working really well for me. helps to line them up properly. Perfect, I got it. So now you just start from one side and you just push it over. This way is good. You don't really have air bubbles. Okay. So now I'm just going to rub across the length of it, and I'll feel if there's any glue. I can just brush it off. All right. So now so I'm gonna pull out my anvil again. If you haven't seen this yet, this is my anvil stump. It's made out of a pine log that I got. I didn't dry it properly, so it split all the way through. But um, fortunately, I had used these band hose clamps. I used these hose clamps, and I mean I can. Oh yeah, I can tighten it down some more. But yeah, I clamped it together, and then I took this knife and I chiseled out this wood, and I placed in my doming block. This thing here. It has different sides. Uh, yeah, whatever. I'll try to get it out another time. And then I placed this block in this bench block, so it creates a really good surface. It makes it so your knees are, you know, parallel this part, your thighs, I guess. And then my arm is basically low. And so whenever I have the hammer, see, it's very comfortable. You could do this for hours. So now I'm just gonna tap it down lightly. You also want to make sure that you don't have any sharp angles hitting it. So make sure that your hammer strike face is perfectly flush. So, side straps, I'm healed. Ow, my head. So what I want to find out. Okay. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead right now and hmm, let's see. So I'm inserting the D-ring into the piece right now, but I've realized something. I need the strength of two straps to hold the D-ring down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double it up. All right. So I'm gonna make this one thick on where the D-rings go, and so it's gonna give the full strength and structure of two pieces because I want the strap to bear the weight of the bag, but I also want the D-ring to be strong as well. So I'm just rolling up this tape. After I after I get this, I'm gonna glue it with the D-ring in there. There's a dog at the door. I'm actually approaching the end of the day here, the end of the work day. As the sun goes down, um, yeah. See, going to bed early, waking up early. I mean, you could go to bed late, but you'll get less sleep. Going to bed late, waking up late, it's not a life for me. I used to do it all the time, and it's terrible. It's like such a waste of life. You wake up at 10, and you're like, wow, everybody else has already been up for at least 4 hours or for like 4 or 6 hours, already done so much. Right. Oops. That's probably fine. How much do we need? 4 inches. So now I'm just going to be cutting this leather here. I'm going to be cutting this leather, and I'm going to get 16 inches of usable material from it. And from that, I will glue it to the inside of the strap where the D-ring is going to be located on all 4 sides. So I've found that over time with leather, anything that's load bearing will begin to stretch. So um, just gonna be ahead of the game and make it thicker. And this piece actually is pretty thick, pretty dense. Okay. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, so I need to multiply. Oh, that's not bad. Let's do 4.5. 1, 2, 3. I need one more. Just double check. Yeah, okay, I see 4. So I added the paintbrush into some water, just so this contact adhesive, oh, I broke it. Wait, let's see if I can put it back in. All right, we got it. Yeah, I don't really want to like waste this brush. Before I do that, I'm gonna take my scratch all and there's I need to mark it on here. So we're gonna do it about there. Okay. Just so it's the same way every time. Whatever. I'm overthinking it. Hold on, I'm sorry. That should be a little bit more soundproofed. Okay. So the way I'm doing it, it's going to make it chunky. Wait, testing, test, test. Oh, okay. I guess I temporarily muted it again. But okay, so the way that I'm doing it right now, it's going to be thick, chunkier than if it was just, a single strap going over, a single flap going over. So it's going to be thicker, but the added benefit is it's just going to be more durable. Right? I'm also considering if I want to make a liner for the bag, lining with something, and if I want to include like interior pockets. I only really would want interior pockets if I was gonna like store um, other things and tools in there. Like if I use it actually for something else and for tools, which I might end up I might end up doing that. Just kidding. No, I'm considering using it though for my carry-on or whenever I travel somewhere. And then whenever I arrive, I'll go ahead and pull the tools out and put them into the bag and then use that at the job site. At the job sites. So you see? My arm's getting tired over here. I think my friend has left. So it's kind of like a cat scratched it a lot, but that's going to allow the glue to soak in and hold. So now what we're going to do, take our glue ball, okay. Okay. So I'm going to start it on this side. Gonna line it up here. Okay. And then I'm gonna hold it up and turn this to meet it. Okay. So, oops. Basically what I did here is I bent it and had it so they meet. Now I'm just gonna press it together with my fingers and then use my hammer to tap it. So now it's not gonna be so stressed whenever I bend it. The inside won't be so stressed and bunched. Let's do it with the other side now. With the other one. Alright, so let's try the other side now. I'm going to use this ball side. Actually, I'll use both of them, but they do different things. You have more precision with the ball. You can do the inner elbow, and any excess glue you can just take it off now. But so that's one. It's it's going to be very strong. Next, okay. So next, what do I gotta do? Push this back under there. Take my D-ring. So the D-rings are going to go in. It's interesting. I haven't been edge beveling and burnishing this bag like I normally have with other bags. What I need to do is condition this. I think I'm going to let it dry. Woo! Okay, so I've been working. I think I'm going to call it. Okay. That's about it. So what I got completed today, I stitched the zipper, the gussets, and then I made these straps and I glued them. So these straps here need to dry, and I need to condition them, and I need to stitch them. Hold on. Um, yeah. So I'm trying to decide right now. I could use these. Hold on. Oh, that's interesting. One, two, three, four. So I have these. They're called Chicago screws. They're like rivets, but you screw them in. Um, so I would prefer actually to use two on each side. So it'd be like this. Wait, it'd be like 2. Hold on. Yeah, if I do Chicago screws, then what I could do is I can stitch this. I could stitch it, condition it, and just punch the holes in it, and then I just connect it, you know. But I'm not entirely sure what material that these are. I don't know if these are brass plated or if they're solid brass, because the bag that they came from, it says solid brass 1/4 inch Chicago screws. That's what these were in. But I have an assortment here. No, I think, hold on. I should be able to tell the difference actually. So as long as I just find the ones that are the same size. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna do double Chicago screws. What the heck? These are different. What does this one say? Oh, it doesn't have a tag. Okay, so these are shorter. the very interesting feeling that these, oh snap, these are 1/4 of an inch. One, two, how much were these? I think I should just go buy new ones so I'm like positive. So my goal is to make quality bags. And to make quality bags, I want to use quality materials. Because I could use like brass plated Chicago screws or whatever, but over time the brass is going to start to wear. And I printed solid brass on the tag. And so I have to stick to that, of course. That's like my guiding light. But anyways, all right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're watching from YouTube, thank you. If you're watching from Twitch, thank you. I appreciate everybody very much. Thank you to my audience, both the silent as well as Fairy Dust 80. But it truly was a pleasure, I hope that you got something good from this. And